Hello, everybody. How is everybody doing today? Well, everybody that's not in here, apparently. Hopefully, everybody will be able to hear me okay. This is kind of a test stream. Just trying to. I have my microscope is hooked up to my computer, and my computer's hooked up to a second monitor, and the second monitor is what's showing the microscope. So, I'm just trying to see if this is going to work better for us. I'm assuming it will. So what we're looking at here as we get started, this is a 1957 wheat penny, as you can probably tell. We definitely have some issues with it though. I still need to get a better pointer. Anyway, if you look, this right here kind of looks like a crack right here underneath the 1957. That is actually a lamination that's starting actually. We also have a die chip right there in that 9. Right inside that 9 right there. We have a die chip. Is everything looking good, T-Master? And sounding good? There's a heck of a latency, so it might take a minute. Anyway, so yes, we do have a nice die chip and stuff there. These pennies that we're looking at here were actually in a bag that I had sitting off to the side that said, recheck these. Okay then. I guess I need to recheck them. So anyway, this one we definitely, this 57 here, we got a, like I say, we got a crack and, or not a die crack, a lamination going on with it. Ah, I see. So yeah, we had a lamination error going on. Now, is it me, or does that 9 look like it might have a split in the center on this 56 Denver? If you look in the description down on for this video, I did put a link in there for Variety Vista, so that if you want to look up any kind of these DDRs, DDOs, anything that we're talking about here, I'm just going to look and see 56. Now, they don't list a double die. Oh, wait, that's reverse. I want obverse. Let's see. 56 Denver does list a double die obverse, but it's all about the eye, it looks like. So, okay, well, it's worth a look. See? Go to the reverse, see what we got. Not much going on there. Let's go to the next one. I'm hoping that this setup that I have here is going to work much better for showing off and stuff. I'm thinking that the camera is going to look a lot better. My voice should come through a little bit better. Yeah, so what I did is my scope is connected directly to my computer. My computer's connected to an auxiliary screen, and I'm using OBS, which is a recording software, to record the auxiliary screen, and then I also have a headset on to record my voice during this whole thing. So we're recording the screen, an auxiliary screen, and my voice, and so that's how I have this set up now. And I'm glad I got it working because I honestly think that this, yeah, looks way better. Yeah, yeah, we're not trying to do some kind of janky thing where we're running running the scope through, or webcam looking at the scope and this and that and stuff. We don't want to be doing that if we can help it. And the more videos I put out, the more I want to try to upgrade how I'm doing things. "1958 Denver." Now, I am pretty sure that that is a double or a repunched mint mark on this 57 Denver. And to be honest, I think it might be the RPM 001 is what I think it is. Sorry, I had to mute for a second. But yeah, I think it's the RPM 001 on Variety Vista. Now, let's see how this works out for us. Let's zoom in a little bit more. And then bring that, clear that up a bit. Make sure that's all looking good. I think I need one more monitor. But yeah, I'm pretty sure we're looking at RPM 001. That's kind of cool. Oh wait, maybe not. Hold on. Even I screw up sometimes. I was looking at 57, not 58. RPM 58, Denver. Okay, definitely not 001. 002 probably, or 3. Yeah, 2 or 3 probably. See, even I screw up. Alright, well, we'll just take a quick look at the rest of the coin and see if we find anything else good on it. I do have a coin here that I do want to look at or show everybody here. It's a wheat penny also, if I can find it here. Well, maybe I can find it. The reason I wanted to show it to everybody was because it's a what they call a vice coin, where somebody puts it in the vise with another coin and jams them together, trying to make it look like a die clash. 1950S. That one's pretty wore. Looks like I'm going to have a whole bunch of new pennies coming tomorrow. Oh, there's another double, or another RPM. RPMs are very prevalent in these kind of coins. Very prevalent. That was weird. I know you guys didn't lose stream or anything, but I lost visual on my secondary monitor for a moment. I probably need to buy a new one. And when you hear me pause, or when you hear my voice stop, like everything goes quiet or whatever, it's me just getting something to drink or whatever. Coughing. Allergies are getting ridiculous. You know, leaves are coming off the trees, so of course allergies going up again. So anyway, my rolls, the people buys will buy from me. No, look at that. That just makes me sick. Ugh. But the rolls that people buy from me will have errors like these repunchment marks in them because unless it's a specialty repunchment mark, I'm not going to bother selling it on as an individual coin. Alright, so if we look here between the 9 and the 5 in 1957, we see this little line right here. Just that little bitty line right there. And people have asked, well, what are those lines? Those are indicator lines. Easy to switch back and forth. I mean, while I'm streaming, not so much. But, I mean, I can switch them back and forth, you know, and do one or the other. I'm using a laptop right now, which is why it's kind of cumbersome to do this, because I've only got so many ports. Once I get a actual computer in here, a desktop in here, I probably can just flip-flop everything all over the place, no problem. Yeah, I mean, I'll still be able to do normal YouTube videos, yeah. That won't be a problem, because I don't use my computer actually to do the normal YouTube videos. I do them on a phone, and then I just transfer the video into my computer and do all the rendering and everything. But I do have a computer outside in my truck that I'm going to be using for a lot of this stuff here coming up. It's a dual processor, so two CPUs in it. Each CPU is 12 core, so we're gonna have 20. Basically, it's 24 core worth of processing power and 120 gigabytes of RAM. So hopefully that'll help me with rendering the videos up faster. I mean, right now to do just a 1080 video, if it's like about 45 minutes long, it takes me a little over 2 hours just to render the video. I mean, uploading it takes 10-15 minutes, but rendering it, splicing the other pieces, and then I check like different volume levels and stuff. I mean, it can take hours to do one video, so I just want to make that a little quicker. Anyway, these are between the 9 and the 5. You see the little string line, whatever there. That's a die marker that was smashed in there by the die. So those will help you when you're a lot of like Variety Vista will have like show like dye markers and stuff for uh, different errors, and those are the things you want to look for then. No, I hope to get another computer, another nice desktop down here in the basement with me. I don't have a lot of room and I don't really want it on the floor, so I might do a wall mount. That way I can have a really nice computer set up to do all the stuff with. Plus, now that I got the OBS working, I could technically run that for my whatnot streams. Alright, here we go. Here we go. We got some lamination errors right here. Let's turn this sideways so we can get it in there. But right there, those are lamination errors. So the laminate is actually coming free from the undercoating, or from the main part of the penny. Basically, if they don't get the mixture quite right when they're doing it, and they don't anneal it correctly, this is the kind of stuff you end up with. Laminations add quite a bit of money to a penny that may not be worth that much. Now this penny has, I think, glue on it, it looks like. And I don't have any acetone with me down here, but I would just dip this thing in acetone and it'll take all that glue right off of there without damaging that penny. It's something that a lot of old timers, coin shops use to remove glue, tape residue, things like that from their pennies or from any of their coins. 35. This is looking like possible environmental damage. Hey SP, what's going on, brother? I just get this setup all done up here. Less janky than what I've had before, so now we can take nice close looks at some of these coinages. I'm working on trying to hit that 500 subscriber mark too, because once we hit that, then I can do like super chats, and uh, you'll see the join button will come up on my channel if you want to, pay a small amount to support the channel or whatever. Tomorrow I'm going over to my local coin shop, or one of the two of them. They just got a bunch of rolls of wheat pennies in, 20 of them, they said. And they're gonna let me buy them for a really, really, really good price. So they got 20 rolls in. I'm gonna go buy them out. 48. Does 48 have a double die obverse? Yeah, I know. As I was saying earlier too in my stream before you got in here, bud, in the description of the video, there's a link to Variety Vista, which is one of the company, or one of the websites I should say, that I use for when I go looking for like different double dies and all that stuff. And they don't just have pennies, they have a bunch of different stuff. So it's definitely worth checking out if you think that maybe you have a double die or a something like that. I can't see that 9 very well. I can't see the whole date at all, really. Let's go see about. Can I see Liberty? Sorry, I think this is a DDO. Well, actually, I'm thinking it's a VDDO, but that doesn't really matter. I'm pretty sure this is a DDO. Just trying to verify by looking at what caught me was uh, the bottom of the U really is what caught me at first for trust. Being that little bit thicker there. But I'm not able to verify it because there's so much damage to this coin. I can't verify 100% that it's a DDO. So off it goes to the pile of misfit coins. Here we got a 1958. Now this is definitely a repunchment mark again. We've already seen one of these. And repunchment marks are very common in these. So when the dies would start, when the mint mark would start to fade or whatever, they'd literally take a punch and a hammer and smack it. And if they didn't have it quite lined up exactly right, you'd get a repunched mint mark. The other thing that would happen, like you'd get the D over S and this and that and all this stuff, whatever. Well, at the time, all the dies for them were made in Philadelphia. Well, say they made one for. Maybe they made one for Denver and they put the mint mark in, and then all of a sudden San Francisco's like, oh, we need this die right away or whatever, you know. So what they'd do then is they'd usually try to grind out that little bit or polish it out actually, but they can never get all of it, and then they just repunch it with that D or the S for the San Francisco, ship it off, and boom, now we have a repunch mint mark with a different mint mark, you know, S over D and that all that good stuff. Or it would be D over S, I think in that. No, I think it's S over D in that case. So whatever. So, but anyway, punching mint marks by hand like that was a practice that continued all the way up to 89 on most coins and 90 on nickels for some reason. For some reason, nickels were different. Sorry, I was also looking at this Liberty here. Now, yeah, right. Now, you see how it looks like doubling on Liberty here? It looks like we have anyway, it looks like doubling across the on the backside of, you know, the B, the E, R, T, Y. Now that is not double die. That is actually machine doubling because there's a little step there. It's not splitting the letters is how I think about it. It's actually got a little bit of a step to the next letter. So that happens if it slips a little bit inside the collar as there's a collar that holds the little planchet in place, and as that collar wears out, that die comes down and slams into it, and it may slip over just a little bit, and that's machine doubling. Now, I personally believe that machine doubling is a mint error because it's coming out of the mint like that. But some people don't look at it that way, I guess. It is starting to pick up for some coinage when you have big machine doubling on it. Some coins are starting to, people are paying a little bit extra for that, but those people also need to make sure that they're listing them correctly as machine doubling, not double die. Two different things. Maybe we can find an actual double die here soon. Doo, doo, doo. Or we'll just find a whole bunch of worn out wheat pennies. Mostly this video, or this live stream, was to check out the new setup to see how well it was going to work out for me. And so far, I would have to say that it's working fairly well. I had to go to my own page just to look and see what the video itself looked like, because it froze on my live stream page. Alright, so here we go. We got some more of that, some kind of incrustation, call it. And again, a little bit of acetone will eat that right away and will not damage this coin at all. The best part about my setup right now is because I have all these allergies, if I have to sniffle, I can just mute myself. Works out great. We'll look at some other coins here too. We're not just going to just go through wheat pennies. We'll look at some other stuff. But like I said, I had this little bag of wheat pennies sitting next to me, and it said search for errors or recheck for errors or something like that on it. And I thought, huh, I don't remember that. I should probably recheck for errors. This is what happens when you have a lot of wheat pennies. Hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands. Has anybody got any questions about anything that they've wanted to know about or something when it comes to coinage, numismatics, anything like that? Yeah, I got the scope up and running. Definitely seems to be working a lot better. Alright, so we got another RPM here. See if I can center that up a little bit better. And we're going to try to zoom in. So it's going to get fuzzy for a minute. And then I'll bring it back. And then I don't know where my remote went. Hold on, let me see if I can find my remote for my microscope. I was flinging stuff all over the place last night because I was trying to get this whole microscope set up to work. And I mean, like, I was literally throwing stuff around. I was getting very irritated. Aha! Now. If you look at the bottom of the D, you can see just a little bitty. Let's see if I can move the light better for us. There we go. Maybe. Yeah. Just below the D and to the reverse, the back side of the D, you can see that doubling happening there. So that's where we get that repunchment mark. Also, here's that other thing that I've talked about before. The L on the rim. So many people on eBay will try to upsell one of these coins saying, oh, the L is on the rim. Thousands of them are like that. Tens of thousands of them are like that. Sure, it's a little bit off center because the L is on the rim, but it's not enough to warrant some people wanting $500 for these things. It's just not enough of an offset. All right, yeah, we can. Yeah, I do have that Woody. We can take a look at. In fact, let's do it right now. Let's get rid of. Let's just okay. Let's move that out of the way. I have this one. I have the 1941. I have the 1941 Woody right here that we can take a look at. Let's actually pull the camera up a little bit. That way we can get a little better look. See here. All right. There we go. That should look a lot better. Alright, so this is a true Woody. We see that it kind of resembles wood grain. What it is an improper alloy mixture. So, say you were mixing together uh, eggs and milk, for instance. You were making yourself a nice fluffy omelet. Well, say you didn't. No, not always stripes. No, a lot of times stripes can be a lot of different things. Um, could be rollers that were dirty when this planchet went through for punching. Still could be. I mean, if you have these colorations like this, it still could be that. It comes with skill to know exactly what you're looking at. But say that you, like I was just saying, maybe you want to make yourself a nice big fluffy omelet or something, and you mix that milk and that egg together, but you just kind of only partially mix it, so you still have chunks of egg and stuff. When you cook it up, well, that's what this is. It's the mixture for zinc and nickel and copper and stuff all mixed together, but it wasn't mixed enough. before it got made into the copper pennies. And um, depending upon how much wood grain you have, whether it's front just one side or both sides or whatever, can determine a whole lot different price point too on them. Yeah, usually though harsh cleaning is a lot easier to tell. You can usually see harsh cleaning like this penny, which irritates me because you can tell it was cleaned just by the way it looks, all the different colorations going on and stuff. But look at that. Huge, huge lamination. So does that mean that because it was harshly cleaned that it's lost all of its value? The answer to that is no. The answer to that question would be no. Some people will still pay, maybe not the complete premium, but a decent amount for lamination errors, especially if they collect those. Now this penny's in rough shape. I mean, there's no doubt about it. You got a huge gouge across there right into his eyeball. I mean, this thing has been through the ringer. Oof. This thing's just been destroyed. But there's still a small premium on it. Now, on Whatnot, I probably am not going to get that premium. People probably aren't going to want to pay that premium because it's been cleaned. But through eBay, that's where I would look. That's where something like that I would sell. I'd let them know that it's been cleaned. But with that lamination error, anybody that collects those, they're going to be inclined to pay. How much? I have sold pennies that were cleaned, harshly cleaned, like really harshly cleaned, that have had nice lamination stripe errors on them for upwards of $15. It just depends who you got, that who's wanting to buy what, or those are all big variables in how much you're going to get. They always say it's only worth as much as somebody's willing to pay. Well, I guess that is somewhat true. And the reason I say somewhat true is because coins can be worth more than people want to pay. They may not want to pay a lot, but they usually are worth quite a bit more than they want to pay. Sorry, I'm seeing this S here, and I gotta zoom back down in to get a good look at it. Because it is looking like, nope, looks like it was schmutz. I was thinking it was S over S. I was thinking it was an S over S, but I'm pretty sure it's schmutz. Sometimes what I'll do to try to get a better look at something is I'll turn the penny so the light hits it in different areas. That way I can tell if it was like a shadow. I really wish I could find Oh, here's one. Here's a fun one. Let's see where. Ah, there we are. Took me a long time to figure out what this was. A long time to figure out what this is. This penny's actually rotting from the inside. It's an improper alloy mixture. Not the type that we're all used to seeing, though. It's not a woody. It's literally blistering and rotting from the inside out. Those aren't like drill marks or anything. Look at it. It's insane, huh? It's a fun one. I'm really trying to find one specific penny, though, that I had saw here last night that's called I believe it's a Vice coin. And crop circles, right? Yeah, exactly. I believe it, I mean, it would be called a Vice coin, and basically what a Vice coin is somebody puts two coins into a Vice and smashes them together, hoping to make it look like it's a die clash. But I'm not sure what I did with it. I thought I had it just sitting here on my desk. Sorry, I'm going through pennies quickly here. Alright, so it was none of those. I'd really like to know what I might have done with it, because it was a really good teaching aid, but I have so much... Oh wait, is this it? Aha, I found it. Found it. Here we go. See how you got that ON is backwards? Let's see. Mostly the O, and then you can kind of see the N coming through on that. Well, if we look at the reverse, that's what it should look like. But if you take another penny, like so, put it the same direction on top of said penny and smash them together, that's what you'll get, is stuff like this. It's called a Vice penny. Gotta be careful. Somebody may tell you that's a die clash. It does not. It is somebody trying to pull the wool over somebody's eyes, kind of a thing. Now that I found it, it's going to go into probably into a flip and get sent off to a friend of mine who teaches things like this, like errors and stuff, to people. And, well, not errors, but like teaches to kids. He teaches how to spot fakes and stuff. So now that I found this, I'll send it to him, and he can use it as a teaching aid to see what to look for that's not so groovy. Not so good. Alright, let's see what else we can look at today. Where did it go? Oops. I'm dropping things. Let's look at this. Alright. Let's back up just a little bit so I can show you and talk to you about this a little bit. Not an error. Not an error, but you ever wonder about this stuff on these coins? Especially if it's a BU coin as this one is. There's a wash that they use at the mint that they wash the coins in. And there's supposed to be hoses or sprayers to clean off the coins after they go through. Well, they don't always work, and sometimes it runs down onto other coins, and that's what this is. They call it milking. There is a way to remove it. Some people will remove it, some won't. You can use a silver cleaner to remove it if it is a silver. This one's a silver quarter, 90%. Now, being that it's 90%, that means that there's other metals. Silver cleaner will eat at those other metals. So, if you decide to go that direction, 1 to 2 seconds, maybe 3 seconds in the silver solution, and then rinsed off. They say distilled water. I usually just use my reverse osmosis water. Does a good job. So there, you just found out that I do use it to clean the milking off of coins that I'm sending in for grading. If I'm reselling, I do not. But if I'm sending them in for grading, I do. And the graders don't knock you for it. They don't ding you for it, so you don't have to worry about that. As long as you didn't leave it in the solution too long and it ate part of the coin, then you might get dinged for it. Let's look at this. Here's the 1913 first year issue Buffalo nickel. What a beautiful coin. And I was thinking when I was looking at this thing under the scope, I was thinking, oh, the Liberty and stuff looks really light and everything, but then when you look at these coins, these first ones, they were very light like that. Now this does have full horn, even though it's a little bit light to see, but it does have a full horn. And that's what the tail looks like on the ones that I've seen. And so this is the Type 1. So probably a MS64-ish, maybe 65. Is there any other questions anybody has about coinage? I can try to help answer them, or even see if I have any laying around that we can look at. This here was one of the first coins that I. Let's see, easy dip works great, but no more than 5 seconds per milk spots. Exactly, that's what I was just talking about. Finally got service and you're done. Sorry, Ray. This is one of the first coins that I showed before a lot of people got here. Travis was here, but that was about it. Uh, this has a huge lamination error, but not just that. We also have a die chip in the 9. So this is a very good example of a error coin. Is there any other questions that anybody has? Because this is the best part, is doing these live streams like this, is I can try to answer questions that anybody might have. Hey Ray, does it look a little bit better now, you think? Well, anyway, how long have we been streaming for here? Uh, Almost, well, a little over 50 minutes, so I think if there's no other questions about anything, I think we're gonna call it here. The only other thing that I have to talk about is to remind everybody that I am giving away that lamination error 1918 wheat penny. All you have to do is subscribe to my channel, like and comment on the video that was got errors, and I will drop a link to that down in the description after the video is done here. So it's easy to be found, and I'll even pin a comment on here so that anybody that hasn't done that can find it. What I have said to a few people, or I think on one of my other videos too, I'm gonna add to that bag. So when we draw that on the 21st of this month at 11 p.m. Central, which you have to be signed up by 9 p.m. Central so that I can get everything into the random generator. But once we draw that, which will be live, I will be drawing that live uh, on that day. I'm gonna add a few things though to that bag. So a few other wheat pennies, more errors. So you will get some cool stuff anyway. Thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for coming into the stream. Thanks for hanging out with me. I hope you all enjoyed it. Please check out my other videos. Share the videos, like, all that good stuff. We're getting there. We're getting there. We're at what, 430, I think, subscribers now. Yeah, 430. 70 more, and we can do the join button and the super chats and all that good stuff. And then it'd be another 500 past there that we can start monetizing, and things should change at that point for us pretty good. Anyway, I will talk to you all later. Thanks for coming. Bye.